Yeah, what up, everybody? It's NYX, aka the next, so you just call me X, but it's your boy. Kike, your boy. And this sussy motherfucker right here is...
a simple man of simple pleasures, otherwise known as the Moose King, but that's just me, and we are the Dust Budnies. Now, this one is actually for me. This is not my brother in the slightest. I want to start by bracing y'all with that. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is something I stuck with. I was part of the normal fandom. The normal
He's a fucking brony, don't listen.
I am a brony, but dear God, I do not go with the fucking cloppers. I don't go with any of that crazy shit those people got into, right? I enjoy so many good fan things that came out of this show. Like, oh my God, Princess Lullaby. What is it? Night of the Moon. Oh my God. Beautiful, beautiful fan shit came out with this fucking community. It's a shame that 90% of them are fucking ridiculous. But the point is, I fell off of this show around like season 4, right? Around the time Lauren got taken off the project. And it's unfortunate because Lauren had a direction where all the characters were going, and there was actually an interesting dynamic with each one of the characters where they weren't necessarily this stoic representation of whatever element they were associated with, but rather were individuals with problems, with, issues, with a commonality that kind of nailed them down home as Earth, like sort of a grounded character, I think is the word I'm looking for. So you always found a means to relate to some of these people, rather some of these ponies, because they felt real. They felt like they existed and they had problems and all of that nature. But the later seasons did a very bad job of sort of chopping up those things and putting these characters back in their boxes, which is unfortunate, So they go the more stereotypical route. So the element of honesty. She's got like 4 or 5 episodes where it's about lying. And it's like, we've seen Applejack lie before. We know this is a problem, but she is not the type of person to lie. It's not who her character was set up as initially, and it's not what she represents. So to have her lie about something stupid is a ridiculous plot
Just explain
point.
this to me.
Right?
Did the community pretty much die off?
The community has settled down tremendously. BronyCon was a thing for a while, and that's also died off tremendously. So it's kind of like a lot of the fat's been trimmed off of the fandom. And a lot of the big things was back in the day when it got really popular is when people were kind of joining on a bandwagon kind of thing, right?
Right.
And for a while, people were putting out pony-related content strictly for that bandwagon. This is not to say that a lot of stuff didn't come out. For instance, the Living Tombstone, he makes a lot of music. He got his start by making remixes of pony songs and making his own version of it, and that's what got him going. But nowadays, he does his own thing. He doesn't like to be affiliated with the pony fandom because of how bad they fucking got, man. It was bad. These people are fucked up. And there's some good shit that's come out that's kind of like weird, like Smile HD, Cupcakes. Shit gets crazy. But it's like,
I think that's the problem with fandoms.
Oh God, they get wild. Oh God, yeah. And the brony one is just one of the worst. Mind you, I'm part of the Kingdom Hearts community. You're part of the fucking Star Wars community. Like, we've seen some crazy fucking people.
I'm part of the Star Wars community. I'm part of the Song of Ice and Fire community.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And you see how people get when somebody touches their precious baby, they lose their fucking minds.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
God, yeah, man.
Just enjoy both. I can only imagine what it is because you really only got the cartoon. You guys don't really have much as far as books.
Oh, it's so bad.
But you know what I mean. But all you guys have is like this cute cartoon.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't seen the show.
No, it's not your thing, and trust me, you'd never get into it. Rest assured.
I'm sure I wouldn't. So like my thing is like, for it to be so toxic over a fucking show like really this, it's disgusting. Like, I can understand Game of Thrones, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of thing in Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire that bother the hell out of me because everybody's just like, show, book, or to Star Wars community, George Lucas.
We don't count the first 3. We don't count the first 3 movies. Toxic people like that. Now, in the community of the brony community, especially, is where that kind of really came to arise. So, for instance, Lauren Foss was very big about, communicating to the community about, the things that's going on with the show and all that. She embraced us in a lot of ways. One of the characters by the name of Derpy was actually an animation error back in the first episode.
Oh, I remember this.
Derpy has a walled-eyed thing going on, and she is like the community's fucking baby. In the best way, though, right? Now, on the opposite end of the stick, there's been plenty of background ponies that people have just named over the years, and they actually got like...
That's the thing, though, right? What wasn't Derpy supposed to be like a background character? Or
Derpy was a background character. Yes, she was. And when the community started to like name her and always look for her in the episodes, it became a thing to the point to where Lauren Foss put her in the show. She had actually a solid minute and a half of being addressed specifically, and as a nod, originally they wanted to call her Ditzy Hooves, right? But as a nod to the fandom, Lauren said, let's call her Derpy, right?
Because they called her Derpy.
Right. So they had her address her in that minute and a half where she was messing up and she still had the wall-eyed thing. Like, they didn't fix the animation error. They embraced it, right? So much backlash came out of that because of the term derp. The term derp in and of itself is a slur against mentally handicapped people.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It is.
Listen.
It is.
hold up.
Linda Holding.
Look, I'm not involved in this community. I don't understand. But this is where, again, frustration comes out.
Yes.
The community literally named her Derpy.
Yep.
You acknowledge the community and call her Derpy.
Yep.
And you get backlash from that community for calling her Derpy.
Not that community. The parents of the kids who the intended audience were for. That was where the majority of that hate came from.
Listen,
absolutely.
Man. Listen, that's so that's like saying, for example, and this is no way in hell, and I say this right now, don't you ever do this. But to call like the word retarded is like bad.
Yes.
The word imbecile, idiot, stupid.
It's in that range, but retarded's kind of like higher up that tier. Yeah. But that's where they're holding dirt to.
But bro.
Yep.
See, you gotta understand, in some people, for most people, when you call someone retarded, you're not being mean. You're calling them like a playful stupid.
It is.
It's like, yo, you retarded, bro.
It's like when people used to call other people gay because it was, you're just being stupid.
Gay. Yeah. And the community getting so, again.
Yes, riled up about it. Again, it was the mothers and the parents of these kids, because you gotta remember, at the end of the day, this thing's intended target audience is little kids. So they didn't want Derp being affiliated with that. So Hasbro bit this shit in the ass immediately. They had her name changed immediately. They changed all the audio for that scene and everything. She is still in the series, thank God for that. But now her name is Ditzy Hooves. We'll take it. But that all being said,
for me and forever will be Derpy. You know why?
It will always be Derpy.
You know why? Because I'm tired
Absolutely.
I'm tired of the controversy. So you know what? Derpy.
It will always be Derpy.
On this channel,
absolutely.
Her name is Derpy.
Absolutely. And Derpy is beloved. I had a mouse cursor at one point that was actually a little Derpy. She's adorable, right? So again, they even the community went in as far as to name background ponies, put like this whole little fandom thing, had this whole lore going on for no reason, right?
Yeah.
Princess Celestia is a troll, Princess Luna's fucking useless, all kinds of fun stuff, right? And at one point it was great, but then the toxicity set in and all that jazz. So I'm curious now to kind of roll this all back in. I'm curious to see how the show is doing 3-4 seasons later. So I want to see where this goes.
All I have to say is that, again, this isn't my jam.
No.
But, you know what? I stand with the people who are like, if they're right about it. If they're right about, the sensitivity being too much. Now, if you're actively calling mentally ill people retarded,
the intention makes a huge difference. Absolutely.
Then I'm against you.
Absolutely.
Then I'm really against you, because that is the most disgusting thing I've seen.
I agree.
How can you hurt someone with
an issue already?
Yeah, mental illness is not something to play with.
It's not. That being said, let's see what this 7th season looks like. So we've got the journal now.
Smushed apple in Applejack's lessons.
Of course.
Fluttershy's lessons are so small, you can barely.
Oh, that's right, because they started writing a book out of their all. Okay, right. Fluttershy! He's adorable.
I don't even know what this is. It is called calligraphy, darling. If you're going to make words,
Rarity
at
would.
least make them fabulous.
Pinkie Pie is literally the Deadpool of this universe, let it be known. She breaks the fourth wall constantly.
Where's Pinkie Pie?
She's literally the pink one, with the big poofy cotton candy hair.
That one?
No. You'll see her in a second.
I found Pinkie's
The yellow one with the pink hair.
That's Pinkie. The yellow one's Fluttershy.
That wasn't
The one that's voiced by your baby is Twilight Sparkle.
Which one's that?
One purple with the wings.
Waifu?
Yeah, Waifu Terror Strong.
The one with the red stripe?
Red stripe.
Oh, baby!
Well, the animation seems a lot closer to how they did it in the movie, which is nice, because that's very refined.
Starlight and I decided to make one for each of you.
Right, that's right. Twilight took on Apprentice, that's right.
I learned the spell years ago when I needed to make copies of a certain...
You know what's funny? When I was in high school, I had this kid, he called me sound effects.
Even better than a perfect copy.
I never realized it till he pointed it out, but it was very fitting. Because remember, whenever I told a story or I was telling people about something that happened, I'd make the sound and everything. Like,
absolutely.
It was funny, bro.
Yeah. So this has come quite a long way. Twilight has her own castle now, which is a thing that didn't need to be a thing. Twilight was, very big about, just being the humble student kind of thing. She liked just living in her tree with all her, her books and whatnot.
I'm kind of disturbed because I kind of have a question. And I can't believe I have this question knowing that I know this character.
Please, I insist.
Actually, 2.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
Wasn't there a dragon?
Yes, Spike. Spike the dragon is still a thing. He's Twilight's little dragon friend, essentially. Used to be basically her assistant.
And he's not around no more?
He is. He's just not here as often.
And what about
Come on, let it be a question about Discord.
No.
Discord's awesome.
It's not. What happened to Celestia?
Princess Celestia? She's still here. She's just, even her character has fallen off, and she's just the one sitting in the castle now. That's all Celestia does.
Well, I guess
it's a shame. It's a shame they've kind of just pulled everything back. It really is, because there's a lot of good qualities here.
So did you see what you wanted to see in this?
I saw, more of the same that I saw in the later seasons, where everyone's just kind of flat. There's not really a lot going on. Oh, haha, Applejack's pages are full of apples. Ha ha ha.
Well, you have 4 seasons to catch up. So.
Yeah, I'll give it. I might give another season a shot, see what happens, because I know Twilight has a new school. She's teaching a whole new bunch of people about the friendship and magic, and they're going to pass it off to them. There's changelings getting involved. A lot of fun things. But in the meantime, guys,
teach them, man.
Brush your shoulders. Or I'm sorry,
brush your shoulders.
Brush your shoulder, right? But in the meantime, guys, brush that dust off your shoulders. Brush that dust off that beautiful ass. Subscribe button if you really like what we do here. Comment, rid of the link bell, and drop us a tip on Patreon. Watch for the dust fall on these spiraling credits, and we will see you guys in the next video. LA peace. I think I'd be a Pegasus. No,
I'd be
a unicorn.
My little pony. Yeah. My little.
Go watch Lullaby for a Princess. Get back to me.